Thank you for taking the time for this interview. Could you please introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about what you do?
I'm Kate O'Halloran. I'm the Executive Director of the LifeFlight Foundation. And the LifeFlight Foundation really has two missions. Number one, we raise funds for the capital needs of LifeFlight of Maine. So everything from the fleet, the helicopters, the airplane, the ground trucks, to medical equipment, to aviation infrastructure, as well as everything the crew needs, from equipment, night vision goggles, safety equipment, and also a really wonderful crew wellness program so we can take care of the people who take care of Maine. The other thing we do at the foundation is we raise awareness. So we do all the marketing and communications for both the foundation and LifeFlight of Maine to make sure that more people in Maine know about LifeFlight before they need it.
So what's your favorite part of the job that involves problem solving?
It's a great question. I love fundraising and I love dealing with people, and what really makes what we do heartwarming and so important is when we can talk with donors and really understand what's important to them about their life and their life in Maine and LifeFlight, and listen to that and then try to think about what we need at LifeFlight and find a way to make those two pieces come together. I love it, and it happens quite a bit when someone makes a really generous gift and they hug us and they thank us and they say, giving to LifeFlight feels good. That's when we know we've done a good job. People in Maine work really hard for their money, and when they make a gift of any size to LifeFlight of Maine, that's an investment, and they're trusting us with that investment. So we need to make really sure that they feel good about their gift. We try to be better at saying thank you than please.
So how do you use math or numeracy in your work now?
I use math in my work every day and every night because at the end of the day we're raising money, and that's a numerical game. So I'm always looking at the gifts that came in and where we are number-wise and percentage-wise to our goals. We also do a very, very robust budgeting process every year. We're about to start next week, and that's a lot of numbers. So I'm looking at how much we raised last year, what our goal was, both the number of donors, what the average gift size, and then I also drill down at the end of the day where this is about fundraising. So I'm looking at not just the average gift, but what's the mean, what's the mode, and I use that to really realistically build the budget. So everything, I got to know a little bit about accounting, and balance sheets and income statements, so what our expected revenue is, and I break that down by month. Sometimes I break that down by week in December, which is an important month for us, but also expenses. So really being comfortable with basic accounting, so balance sheets, income statements, understanding revenue and expenses, and being mentally as nimble as possible around percentages and percentage increase. Where I always am looking at where we are, how much we've raised versus where we are in the year, so that we need to know that if we've only raised 25% of our total year goal and we're in March and we're 3/4 of the fiscal year, we have some ground to make up. And I get asked a lot of questions by our board. And so a lot of times I might have spreadsheets in front of me, but a lot of times I need to be able to remember and do some basic math on the fly in my head.
And I know you talked a little bit about spreadsheets, which that's really important for fundraising and stuff. So are there any other tools or technology shortcuts that you use that still require you to understand the math behind them?
We do a lot with Excel. I'm in Excel every day and every night, and everyone on my team is pretty conversant in Excel, and not sometimes just basic Excel, trying to understand pivot tables and things like that can connect. And I do think that it will be really interesting for folks of your age to think about AI and how you can use artificial intelligence to help you, but not do your work for you. And I'm really intrigued to see how that's going to play out. But yes, I always have the calculator on my phone open. We do a lot with spreadsheets. There's certainly accounting software that helps. And again, using technology not to do your job, but to anticipate questions in advance. That's one thing that I would tell students. The ability to anticipate questions that you're going to get in advance will make you really good at whatever job you do.
So let's get more into that, actually. So if you had one piece of advice for teachers today, what would it be?
I would first start with thank you. I think that the work that teachers do is just so incredibly important, and making that investment in the next generation is the most important profession there is, other than our pilots and our doctors and physicians. But I really have incredible respect and regard for teachers, and I would say thank you. And I would say you are appreciated. I think in any day and any night, there's probably lots of things along the way that make you question, do you want to keep doing this, or why do you do this? But I think the ability to have an impact on one or two students' lives is incredible. I know for me, when I've had conversations with my nieces or nephews or younger folks, and they come back 10 or 15 years later and say, hey, Aunt Kate, you know, when you told me this, it really didn't make sense, but I appreciate it now. That goes a long way. And I just think invest, because yes, we're going to have AI, and yes, we're going to have new technologies, but at the end of the day, Maine is a special place. And I think it's really special because we take care of each other. So anything that we can do to make sure that we are raising good, smart, kind people, our future depends on it.